Hi everyone, I'm Claire Falkvane, Head of Content for the VUCA Power, Energy and Water Division. Today I'm speaking with Boipelo Matlowa, who is responsible for the conference program for the C&I Energy and Storage Summit. And we're going to be talking about what to expect, why this event is so important, and who should be attending. Boipelo, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you, Claire.
I was wondering if you could perhaps give me an idea, how is the 2025 program for C&I Energy and Storage different from the 2024 edition?
Sure, thanks for having me, Claire. So the 2025 edition will be building on last year's C&I Solar and Storage Summit, right? So this will be done by expanding beyond than just solar. So we will be looking at a wider range of clean energy solutions that are going to be reflecting on South Africa's changing industrial needs. So this year, we've also integrated Water Security Africa, where we're going to be recognizing that water and energy challenges are deeply connected. So we do have a keynote panel that's going to be looking at water and energy in an integrated risk framework. So basically, this is where we're going to be bringing together leaders from mining, manufacturing, agri-processing to basically show how they are improving their resilience by managing both water and energy risks together and not just in silos. And then we are continuing to be in collaboration with the Energy Intensive Users Group this year, where we're going to be exploring on the key issues such as your market reforms, your wheeling, open access, and ESCOM's unbundling. So we also have key sessions that are going to be covering carbon markets, where we're going to be looking at green financing, energy efficiency as the first fuel. So basically, when you look at the program, we're going to be unpacking just some of the key issues that will be helping the industry to cut on emissions, lower their costs, and most importantly, to strengthen their long-term, to strengthen long-term competitiveness. So not for them to just keep up, but to stay ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, as we both know, we were at the G20 summit last week, and energy efficiency was definitely a conversation that is very high on the agenda, not only for South Africa, but for the African Union as well. Maybe you could, maybe you could just give a bit of an idea of who the summit is targeted at.
So we're looking at senior leaders and decision makers across the South Africa's commercial and industrial sectors, right? So this will be, as mentioned before, we're including manufacturing, mining, agri-processing, property, hospitality. So this would be people who are responsible for managing energy, water, and sustainability strategies. So we're wanting to bring together operations directors, sustainability managers, your engineers, financiers, policymakers. Basically, these are the people who are seeking practical pathways to resilience and cost stability, as well as decarbonization. So what we're wanting also is for the summit to attract investors, technology providers, your regulatory bodies that are shaping the transition, and that are actually looking at your integrated energy and water security solutions, for a more sustainable industrial future. So in a nutshell, that's who we are targeting.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that anybody listening to this understands that the focus of this event is not utilities. It really is a targeted event that is designed specifically for commercial and industrial entities and for those companies that are supporting the GDP and that are such large power users within South Africa.
Definitely.
So
yeah.
Maybe what I could ask then as well is why should somebody attend the C&I Energy and Storage Summit in Johannesburg?
Claire, like I mentioned earlier, we are thriving on practicality, right? So we're wanting people to attend to gain that practical business-focused insight on how to secure their operations against all these rising energy and water risks, while at the same time still advancing their sustainability and staying ahead by being competitive, right? So with a platform such as this one, it's offering that direct access for industry, to industry leaders rather, to your regulators, to your financiers, and these are all the people who are shaping, the market at the moment. So our attendees will then be able to, discover those proven strategies for resilience, from energy efficiency, storage solutions, for water management and carbon reduction tools. So basically, through all the networking, all the case studies that we're going to be covering, and the technical sessions, they can connect with their industry peers who are facing possibly similar challenges, and basically be able to explore on new projects, your funding opportunities, and building these partnerships, that are going to turn sustainability goals into measurable business results. So ultimately, through the networking, is where we're bringing everybody together. So offering that practical insight.
And I think what's really important is that we are not offering people theoretical scenarios for them to unpack. The case studies are people that have actually gone through this process, that have very real lessons to share, and really it's very practically focused, as you said, which I think is incredibly important. Now, I must admit, I'm really looking forward to hearing from Mondebala, the new CEO of the National Transmission Company of South Africa. His background as Eskom's former group executive for distribution gives him a rare, well-rounded perspective across two really critical parts in the power sector, one established and one emerging at a really pivotal moment in South Africa's energy reform journey. Who are you most looking forward to hearing from?
So, definitely Mondebala is one of them. I think the keynote panel that we have as well with regards to looking at both the water and energy as well as C&I is quite key, as we said, that the two key issues are not to be dealt with in silos. But I'm definitely looking forward to hearing, just some of the participants that are going to be there. We have Eskom on that panel. We have from the Water Board, OSISA, and we are obviously including, organizations from your agri-processing, where we're looking at Tongaat Hulet. So I think one of the key things that I'm actually also looking forward to is the masterclass sessions. I think from last year, they proved to be quite a success, where we were offering that deep dive, sort of like a very interactive discussion that people genuinely enjoyed, right? So we've built that momentum for this year's edition. So I think engagement is quite key, what we're wanting to create with, platforms such as this one. So definitely the masterclasses that I'm looking forward to, just to gauge on, the engagement and hearing from everybody else within the market.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we found that in both Johannesburg and earlier this year in Zambia, the masterclasses were a great hit. I think the opportunity to have very small targeted conversations are really incredibly important. And of course, the engagement is really what people are wanting to hear more about. Well, Boipelo, thank you so much for taking the time to just give us a little bit of an update today about the C&I Energy and Storage Summit. And if you are interested in joining us at the summit, please see all of the contact information at the bottom of this video and join us. We really would look forward to having you there and to understanding how this evolving South African market is going to impact you as somebody working in the C&I sector. So thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you so much, Claire.